All right, we're going to work on graphing linear equations, a handful of videos on this. We're going to go through two ways to do this, one from standard form and one from slope-intercept form. So standard form, if you look at our equation, it's already in standard form, x plus 2y equals 6. So a nice way to graph from standard form is to use your intercepts. For your intercepts, let me just make a side note over here. An x-intercept, let's get a smaller marker, there we go, is going to be some x value where and the y is a 0. The y-intercept is going to be some y value, but the x is a 0. So how do you find your x and y intercepts? You plug in a 0 for the y and you plug in a 0 for the x. So that's what we're going to do graphing from standard form. We're going to make, how about the x is 0, and then we'll make the y is 0. And let's get these two ordered pairs. So if x is 0, that's just 0 plus 2y equals 6. So really it's just 2y equals 6. Divide both sides by 2, and the y value is a 3. So that's one ordered pair, 0, 3. Alright. Second one is make the y a 0, so it's going to be x plus 2 times 0. That's a 0, it's hard to see it. There we go. Equals 6. That 2 times 0 is 0, so that just cancels away, leaving you with x equal to 6. So the x is a 6, the y was a 0, and there's our ordered pair. Now if we go back to our graph, we can plot those 2 points. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. 0, 3 was the first one, so to get to that point you start at the origin. The x value is 0, and the y is 3, so you're just going to go up 3. So this is going to be a y-intercept because it's on the y-axis. The other ordered pair was 6, 0. So the x is 6. So you're going to go over 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you go up and down 0. So our point is going to be right there. So we can see the line is going to look like this. Just going straight down here. A downhill line with a negative slope. I'm going to wait to draw it in for a moment because I'm just going to look at this slope-intercept form. We can get to slope-intercept form just by solving any equation for y. If you solve it for y, you magically have slope-intercept form. So to start solving for y, we first get the x on the other side. So we have 2y equals, now that 6 and this minus x are not like terms. So we want to write the x term first, negative x plus 6. They're going to be separate like that. Then we divide by 2, and I'm going to divide both of these by 2 over here. So we have y equals, now this negative x over 2, that's like a negative 1. You know, I can put a 1 right there, a negative 1 x over 2, which is the same thing as negative 1/2 x. And then plus 6 divided by 2 is 3. So when we graph this, remember slope and y-intercept, your slope is the number in front of the x, and the y-intercept is the b value. So the y-intercept is at 3, so I go to my graph and I plot a point at 3, which we already have one there from the last one. And then we do a slope of negative 1/2. So I'm going to show you with the little laser thingy what that does. That means go down 1 for the negative 1 and over 2 to the right. Down 1, over 2, and you just repeat that pattern. So down 1, 2 to the right, down 1, to the right. Down 1 to the right, you can see I'm hitting the point that was already there. That's a good thing. That means that we've done both of these problems correctly. You do want to go ahead and fill in your whole graph with as many points as will fit, because when you draw on your line, you're going to have a really nice line. Alright, I'll draw in a pink line. And there's our linear function.